You're listening to episode 8, part B of Excuse the Mess, and this is going to be the music making part of the podcast. Normally it's all in one episode, but I've decided to split them up on this occasion. Hopefully you've listened to the first part, which is my conversation with this episode's guest, Emilie Levienaise-Farrouch, but no worries if not. You don't need to listen to them in any specific order, but do go back and check it out if you haven't already. So the rules of the music making are we can use only one instrument. We can do electronic manipulations to those recordings though. We only have the day to write the piece and there can't be any pre-planning, so it's all on the fly really. Emilie is a pianist, but she was in between pianos when it came to recording this episode. So my good friend and the brilliant composer Danny Mulhern kindly stepped in and offered us his studio and his piano for the afternoon to make the music. What's extra fun is that I got to do some playing on this one, which is the first time ever. It's only taken 8 episodes. So let's get to it. This is the final piece of music to be made as part of Series 1 of Excuse the Mess with Emilie Levienaise-Farrouch.
I think that could be like an interesting kind of... Because it is a piano, but it doesn't sound like one.
Yeah, that sounds wicked. Great starting point. That sound was a mallet, a rubber mallet hitting an exposed string underneath the piano. And then Emilie opened up Space Designer in Logic and then ran that sound through like a moving, evolving spaces preset. You found a one?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Have a little practice.
Of course.
Right, sorry. Actually, we could try closed at first.
And then open it.
This is my performance debut. Now I'll just skip ahead a little so you can hear some hits that are on the body of the piano just at the end of that take that we use later.
That's the starting point.
Just about to come in now is Emilie plucking a higher string near the hammers. So that gets recorded in. I like the clogs.
Quite a bit, so
it was really tight, like for most of the first front of that.
I like how it shifts because once you remove the click track, it's still going to work. It's just going to be very strange.
Yeah. Hey, already love it. What next?
Well, we can build a rhythm if you want. I mean, what could be interesting is to create something that kind of builds with this kind of first minute where it kind of builds rhythmically, and then when we reach that drop, just cut it, let it ring, and then introduce a melody.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
So then work with filters in order to create like shifting resonance and stuff like that.
Nice. That scraping sound is turning one of the mallets the wrong way around and then brushing it across the wooden mechanisms attached to the hammers inside the piano.
Actually, let's try one of the glitch on that sound you just did.
Cool.
Okay, go on.
Oh, wow, yeah. Makes it sort of alien. Yeah, that's nice. Nice and subtle.
Alright, let's record this. Trying to loop this section because I think it could go on for a bit longer.
Yeah. You'll recognise that from the very first mallet take. This got chopped and then repeated at a transitional moment in the track. So the very first thing we put in, dun 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 dun. What pitch is it? So maybe if I could find a B lower down and just do the same rhythm, so we get the sub. That one. Do you think so? Like.
Yeah.
Can you see that string at the top? Is it like easily mutable?
I'm like trying to rhythmically mute it and unmute it while we're banging, so this kind of
that's cool.
variation.
Let's jam, man. Right. And after that, Emily played in some chords.
I'd like to feel like it's very distant.
Wind in her sails, straight into the next idea.
After a bit of a breather.
Good idea.
Right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Alright. Should I have the pedal or is it too messy?
If this becomes like the feature and it's got the space, I think it's fine with it down.
Right. Didn't get the rhythm right. I've changed rhythm. Keep on doing it. I mean, if I shift rhythm, I shift rhythm.
Why don't we just turn the click off and just go for a wild one? So this is probably going to be, I mean, what timing are we at? Like, this is probably an idea that'll stay until the end anyways.
What we could do to make it easier for us is like do an, completely free rhythm and then just do isolated events. Mm-hmm. So like big sounds coming from elsewhere in the piano and then a sound, like some like high pitched sound to compensate that don't necessarily have a rhythm to them, but just like events, sound events on top of this.
That sounds really cool.
I can start with a click and just ignore it, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I'll just carry on.
I think that's really cool. It goes through loads of interesting changes, harmonic moods.
Yeah.
I like where it ends up.
Trying to make it happy.
It's a happy ending. Going back now to those chords that just arrive in the middle of the track.
Actually, I think we just need something that puts the click, because once the click is there, everything feels like it belongs. If you listen to it and there's this, it feels fine. It's when you remove it that then it lacks structure. Well, if we have a rhythmical element that marks the beat, everything feels like it belongs. We just need the structure of the beat.
This is the chosen sound for that pulse. And here's another one, a little friend for it.
We might have to quantize them.
Okay,
so that they're like on the dot.
Can you pan them left and right? Just
sure.
It might be, if they're not exact, it might be quite interesting.
The beginning is more a matter of quantizing stuff and cutting things into place. Although now that we have, that definitely works better now that there's like a rhythm. This could come back, the kind of big, but we could pitch it up.
Yeah.
We could have it 1 octave higher.
Yeah, nice.
But you might have to re-record.
I'd love to.
Because, and you're gonna, we could maybe, I don't know.
Against
the
that.
Rhythm is going crazy.
It's okay. I think I can do it. So yeah, I had to play this part back in because the arpeggiating piano part that Emilie had just went off click, so the tempos wouldn't have lined up if we borrowed something from the beginning mallet material. This is great. I haven't actually done any playing on a thing this whole series.
Really?
No. I'm normally on the computer.
Okay. Well, I'm a control freak, so normally I'm the computer. So. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I like that. Yeah, maybe that's better actually.
That's cool, isn't
it?
it? What do you think?
I prefer that. It's like a kick drum. God, it's so bass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
How was that?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we should listen to the whole thing just
Cool.
to know if some of those like percussive element could be introduced at the beginning to create like something that plays. You know how you were saying this quite divisive sections at the moment. So if we had that sound from the beginning, that could be a link. So let's hear it and see if there's anyone.
It's really atmospheric.
You could have this like little things you were playing.
That got recorded in, then we revisited the chords that were from the middle and spoke about how to implement them later on.
So we could just like reintroduce it. So it's just like, what was I playing? I can't even remember.
Do you have pulse? Do you have pull stretch on there?
Yeah.
What if we took the...
Of course I have.
Yeah,
pull
some
stretch.
people don't
Jesus.
know pull stretch.
There's another one that I've not installed yet that allows you to make binaural beats, but I've not
Binaural beats.
But,
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, but I've not started with it, so I don't really know how it works. But you can
Okay.
make binaurals on pull stretch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've just used it like the sub and then the sub.
Yeah.
What if we just took the chords as you had them
Yeah.
and pull stretch them, pitch them up, and then have them like as a floaty texture?
That guy.
Yeah. Because the harmony is quite striking,
Of course,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Well, thanks.
If you don't have Paul's stretch, then you should get it because it's free and it makes things sound cool like this. Maybe times 8 is fine.
Right.
And then, did you want to pitch it? Or should we just put it in as it is? Oh, hello. That warbling sound is the binaural beats that Emily was talking about. Yeah, so that's new to me. Sounds nice.
Yeah. And then with a bit of like...
Yeah.
Oh. Can you hear the little shimmer at the end? So you'd like chop them and then like realign them. Still feel like maybe, some of this like at the beginning just to kind of link everything together. It's more of a matter of fitting everything and mixing everything. But otherwise I think we have enough to make a track. But then it's going to be just editing the shit.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. I mean, come on, give us that. Like, it's very difficult to play in rhythm when you're just crouching by a piano. I'm no drummer, for sure.
So should I do that? Should try and lay that stuff in?
Yeah, for sure.
After recording that in, we found another sound that we like, a more textural sound.
Well, this is nice. Like, with crazy delays, it could be really nice.
I guess it's still...
this is really nice, actually. I like that. That's... Yeah.
What if that stays in as like this sort of present thing, and then we pick a moment for it to just disappear?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well record a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we could loop it as well.
You're gonna make me do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's up to you. Fine. If you'd rather, what do you prefer? I mean, you can just stop when you're done with it.
I'm quite happy to do this.
Okay.
So this layer is what I would describe as tickling the piano, just sort of scratching away on some high strings, and here it is in isolation and then into the track. That's quite cool throughout. It sort of makes sense of the plucks that you did, and then the percussive thing as well.
I mean, what's really fun is everything is piano.
Yeah.
And it's quite difficult to actually realise that every single sound has been made from a piano.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sounds.
I was just thinking of doing a quick pass of this foot pedal thing. Let's try it out today. By foot pedal thing, I mean pushing down the sustain pedal on the piano quite quickly and then releasing it quite quickly, so you get these thumps with resonating strings.
Epic!
Juice that up a bit and then...
I'm about to try. No, it's just because the whole piano, like this started vibrating and it's just like, oh my god, we're destroying.
We're going to have to buy Dan a new piano.
I'm just going to have to send a message to Danny and be like, I'm sorry I hammered your piano.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I hope it's not enough tune. I'm so sorry, you'll pay for the tuning.
I think I should cover the tuning if that's the case.
Oh god.
What do you think? Do you want to add anything more? Do you think we need anything else?
I like when there's not too much things in a track, because I like to be able to kind of hear the details in the sound rather than creating a mess where you can't really hear the details. So it's nice with the amount we have, I think. And then it's going to be the mixing it and editing it.
It's sounding very ELF.
Really?
But I know the harmony isn't what. But if you just switch that up,
the kind of the kind of vibe, yes. But it's surprisingly positive.
Well, it starts off pretty ominous, though, doesn't it? But I think that's quite a nice contrast, isn't it? Because it's ominous.
Well,
and
you have
suddenly
to
come
go
in.
with what, you know, when you're improvising, because this is pretty much improvisation. So you have to go with what comes to you and
Especially
just following it.
when you've only got a few hours.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. But I think it's going to be pretty fun. I'm really happy with how everything comes from the piano, but actually in terms of traditional playing, there's not that much of it.
Well, there you go. That was the process, and here's the track, the final one of Excuse the Mess Series 1. That's it. Series 1 all over. Sad day, happy day, not sure. Anyways, I should say a big thank you to Emilie, who was just a brilliant guest. Loads of fun to work with, loads of fun to chat to, and very delighted that she was up for being on the podcast. So thank you, Emilie. Lots more thank yous to do, because this is the last episode of Series 1, which has been supported by Arts Council England, PRS Foundation and the Noted Fellowship. A massive thanks to those organisations, because it just wouldn't have been possible without their support. A big old thanks to you for listening to the podcast, especially if you're a regular listener, you come back and check out each episode. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you. So thank you. And of course, where would this podcast be without its guests? I just want to say thank you to all of those that have appeared on the podcast throughout this series, and that's Manu Delago, Laura Jurd, Emilie Hall, Robert Ames, Mark Lockhart, Douglas Dare, and Mira Calix. They've all been so fantastic to work with, to hear from, to learn from, to spend a day with. Very inspiring stuff, and I hope that they've inspired you as much as they've inspired me. And finally, Excuse the Mess will be going into some sort of podcast hibernation whilst I sort out what to do with these 8 tracks that have been made during this series. There will be a very, very, very early Series 2 episode released early September. Keep a lookout online for more details of that. Very excited about that one. But for now, thank you for downloading Excuse the Mess. It's been a pleasure. This track is Tulsi from Emilie's first album, and it's great. So enjoy that, and I'll catch you soon.